Trevor Lawrence, the awesome quarterback. Can I call him underrated? Underrated quarterback of the Jacksonville Jaguars. He signed a massive new deal. I see 5 years, $275 million. The numbers are staggering. $200 million guaranteed for signing the contract. He got $37.5 million. So we know Trevor Lawrence will spend the weekend just swimming in bathtubs full of money. It's awesome to be Trevor Lawrence, right? And you guys know how this goes. Half the audience out there, oh, they overpaid Trevor Lawrence. J-Mac, come on. This guy hasn't done anything. 3 years in the league, he has one playoff win. He's got the most turnovers of any quarterback in the league since he was drafted. And I was texting with one of the producers last night about one of my big issues right now around the NFL is how we talk about quarterbacks. And, you know, we're in an engagement economy, people. That's what we are right now. You need to stay engaged. I need you watching 10 minutes of every chunk. And online, everybody, you got to put out Instagrammable, shareable content that can keep you scrolling. And one of the most popular things to do now is these blind quarterback resumes. Yes, we do them on the show. Yes, I hate them. I'm allowed to, where we cherry pick stats to fit our narrative. And folks, there's one out there that is a whopper. Jay, have you seen the one on Trevor Lawrence versus Daniel Jones? It's crazy. They're like the same guy. And I feel like it's lowest common denominator nonsense. We do this a lot online. And now the smart people can see through it and see, oh, well, Pro Football Focus shows that, damn, Trevor Lawrence is already one of the best deep ball passers in the NFL over the last 3 years. Well, that's why they got him Christian Kirk. They looked at the analytics and said, oh, well, Trevor Lawrence can chuck it deep. He's got great deep ball accuracy, great window placement. Yeah, he's had turnovers. You know what happens? Peyton Manning struggled early in his career. John Elway, go look up his numbers. Early quarterback struggle. It's a young kid in his first 3 years. And then you dig in deeper into the numbers, and nobody wants to dig in, right? We're in like a bit of a lazy time here in America for sports fans. Just give me the obvious numbers. Nobody wants to dig deep, drill down, spend a few minutes to like get smarter. Because, oh, would you look at that? Trevor Lawrence, in year 2, midway through the season, something clicked. And he finishes on a hot streak. 5 straight wins, they get to the playoffs. They win a game, the great comeback against the Chargers, then they lose to the Chiefs, no harm in that, okay? What happened in year 3? Trevor Lawrence comes out of the gate on fire, 8-3 to start the season. So look at that, end of year 2, first half of year 3, and look at this sample size, ladies and gentlemen. 13-3 record. Awesome numbers. Now, I know the touchdown passes, you'd like to see them higher. Some of that is, hey, you take what the defense gives you. He's got a good running back in Travis Etienne. But that is a full year sample of Trevor Lawrence. I know the 3-year body of work is not great. And I know there's people yelling at the TV and radio right now. Jay, hey, I'd take C.J. Stroud over Trevor Lawrence. Okay, so you have one good year of C.J. Stroud. Yes, he was phenomenal, outstanding rookie year, hit the ground running. Looks like he's got a new offensive coordinator who was outstanding last year. Head coach, everything was great. Jay, Jordan Love. Yes, an 8-game sample size of Jordan Love was outstanding. Very praiseworthy stuff from Jordan Love. And you guys want to act like, oh, well, I'd take those guys over Trevor Lawrence. Folks, Trevor Lawrence has shown us over a longer period of time when he was dominant in college, when he was very good for a good year. And then he had the high ankle sprain on Monday Night Football last year against the Niners. I think he had a concussion, and the numbers went off a cliff, and the team fell out of contention. The wheels came off. Folks, the Jags did the smart thing here early. I know we're going to show the graphic here of what quarterbacks are making an average amount per year, and now Trevor Lawrence is tied with Joe Burrow at $55 million a year. And yes, does that look quote-unquote bad? Sure. But this is where the numbers are a little fuzzy. Lawrence's new deal doesn't kick in until 2026. So he's not making $55 million this year. He's not making $55 million next year. I opened our morning meeting this morning with, well, this is great. They signed him early. The money doesn't kick in until 2026. The Jags Super Bowl window, it's still there, wide open. And the great producer, Ryan Music, looks at me and laughs. Now, he's a big Burrow guy. He's laughing at me. Super Bowl window, come on. Can they get to the second round of the playoffs? And I get that. But the deal that they have for Lawrence doesn't kick in for 2 more years. They do have a runway here, and I know the division got better, where the Jacksonville Jaguars with Trevor Lawrence should be in contention in a tough, rugged AFC. I love everything about this deal. I think Lawrence, I don't know if he's going to live up to #1 billing and win multiple Super Bowls, but he's a damn good quarterback, and the Jags did a darn good thing. Now I'm going to turn my attention to a topic that you guys are probably going to hate. I have in my notes here this morning as I was in the dressing room, the next story is a doozy, and you guys aren't going to like this, but it's about Caitlin Clark and something that happened yesterday. And no, it does not involve Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever winning against whoever they played. I honestly don't know the opponent. She did not have a great game. She had like 7 points, 7 turnovers. Doesn't matter. Fever won. They're on track. Maybe get in the playoffs. But anytime Caitlin Clark does not have a great game, it gives fodder for the internet dopes to say, hey, see, she's not Olympic worthy. She had 7 points. Like, just stop. But what the real interesting story with Caitlin Clark is what happened before the game. So she met with the media, okay? And the media has now expanded from, let's not talk about chartered flights and promotion for the league and Indiana Fever. We kind of been through that. Let's not talk about the Olympics. And a reporter tried to pin Caitlin Clark down on a difficult question of the culture wars currently happening online. Yeah. Now, she was asked about it again later, and she had an answer, but she wasn't thrilled with how people are using her name. And listen, I think Caitlin Clark's handling this great, okay? We're talking about a 22-year-old rookie. Hey, Caitlin Clark, thanks for getting us the chartered flights. That's outstanding. Thanks for selling out arenas coast to coast and shining a huge spotlight on this league. Thanks for promoting women's basketball. And, oh, by the way, thanks for dealing with a target on your back every night you come out. Great. We know you're struggling to solve defenses in the WNBA that are all geared to stop you, but do you think you could solve racism in America? Because that's what it feels like they're asking Caitlin Clark. Hey, can you solve these culture wars? They're gross and disgusting. And I would say largely on this show, we have not waded into that. We're kind of mostly focusing on Caitlin Clark and some of the basketball aspects and, the awesome stuff she's done for the league. And, yeah, we'll talk about the cheap shots and the fouls and the threes. But we're not wading into this culture war stuff. And there's just really no win, okay? Surely you guys remember Michael Jordan. He was asked about it. Once his star rose and he was winning chips, they're asking Michael Jordan about his political, hey, are you gonna stump for this candidate in North Carolina? You know where you're from? And, of course, Michael Jordan allegedly uttered the great line, Republicans buy sneakers too. But he was not a 22-year-old rookie, okay? Tiger Woods. You guys remember when Tiger Woods was ascending? Oh, yeah, one side starts propping up Tiger Woods. The other side hates Tiger Woods because that's what we've done now in America. You either are with us or you're against us. There's no in the middle. I'm in the middle. I don't really care. I don't want to be on your side or your side. I'll be on my side. I'll be fine. But Tiger didn't take the bait. Tom Brady, if you guys famously remember, once he's got the dynasty rolling and they see a certain red hat in his locker, Tom, what's going on here? And Brady was like kind of, damn it, I screwed up. How'd I get into this? And he navigated the waters deftly, stayed right down the middle. Okay? And Patrick Mahomes, this offseason, had his dopey kicker make all these comments at a commencement address. And, everybody's like, Pat, you got to weigh in. We need your take. Pat, where are you? Are you going to defend us? Taylor Swift's on our side. Pat, are you going to come to the... Patrick Mahomes is like, I don't talk to that guy. Offseason comes, I don't talk to him. That was basically it. Patrick Mahomes avoided it. So you're telling me these veterans, these guys in their late 20s, whether it was Jordan, Tiger, Brady, I think Brady was in his 30s when it happened, the hat, and Mahomes in his late 20s, they're avoiding the topic, but we now expect Caitlin Clark to weigh in and save and solve racism in America and misogyny and all that other stuff? You think a 22-year-old rookie, Caitlin Clark's out here to hoop. She's trying to get better. She's trying to solve the defenses that are all bottling her up and have one focus. I think it was one of the stars in the league, Kelsey Plum, was like, listen, when we're playing Caitlin Clark, we just want to chop the head off and everything else is fine. Everyone's geared to stop Caitlin Clark. She's trying to worry about hoops, and now she's getting asked about being propped up in disgusting online culture wars. Are you kidding me? I should chide the reporter and call them out for even going here, but that's where we are now, right? The Olympics is yesterday's news. I had a great Olympic take I used on my podcast this week. I was gonna rejigger it and kind of fire this week, and now we're on from the Olympics to now culture battles, which have been fought by a lot of male athletes. And I don't know, guys, I was going through looking for a female athlete who had to deal with this so early in her career, and I can't find one. This is uncharted territory, which is, I guess, how Caitlin Clark likes it. But I do applaud her answer, And listen, she doesn't need my advice. I mean, she's got sneaker deals. She's got a lot going on. I would say stay in that middle. That's where the smart people are. You guys have heard the great saying, listen, if your thoughts and political insights all align with your neighbors, you're not a clear thinker. If they all align with all of your friends, you don't disagree with anything, you're not a clear thinker. You need to be an independent thinker. And I believe Caitlin Clark is probably in that group.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Uncle Colin. Subscribe here to get the latest from the herd, including exclusive behind-the-scenes videos and more, wherever you may be, however you may be watching. Thanks again for making us part of your day.